Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Little it might be, not the usual folks around the Christmas tree. Do, do. Have yourself a merry little Christmas, if that's possible. Some will struggle, sadly it's no fun for all. Lose yourself in your crafty things, fluffy woolly things, if pos, or hide away if that's what you need. You don't have to give a care. Through the year we all will be together, if the fates allow. Until then, we'll have to muddle through somehow. So have yourself a merry little Christmas now. Or whatever else you celebrate. Good morning. It's 6 o'clock. The supermarket has just opened, so at least I won't have to queue. Wish me luck as you wave me goodbye. Here I go, cheerio, on my way. Steaming up already. An hour and 10 minutes, that wasn't bad. I bought some duplicates of stuff because I couldn't find stuff, so I bought an alternative and then I found it, so I thought I'll keep both. I put it in the freezer. Now, I often say I have a large chest and I'm not afraid to use it, but my large chest is actually quite full at the moment, so game of Tetris ahead as we fit everything in. Oh, what is it about this need to just get stuff in? I'm not a hoarder. I haven't bought, 10 million toilet rolls or anything like that. But I can understand the instinct. It's that kind of little rodent stuffing up the cheeks thing. So I'm going to go home and have a very large and welcome cup of tea. After I put everything in the freezer, obviously. Good morning. Finished my December craft along. Yes, this is the Free for All Cowl by Jennifer Peck, and it's finished. So good morning, lovely people. How are we? My name's Lesley. This is the Not Quite Enough Vlogmas podcast for Christmas Eve morning. There will be Christmas Eve later. But I finished my December craft along. I didn't do an inch every day as I thought I would, as I planned. I kind of guessed I wouldn't, but it's all done. Ends woven in, and I'm very happy with it. Doesn't necessarily go with this sweater, this being my Ursa by Jacqueline Sislek, but I am very pleased with it, so happy with that. There's a lot of silk in the yarn, so it feels very luxurious and soft. So Christmas Eve. Been up a long time because I went and got the groceries, as you've already seen. It wasn't too bad. I was back home by 7:10. I did walk in the house with these bags of groceries, saying to my husband, don't judge me. Not that he would, but I just thought, we're never going to have to leave the house again. So that's not a problem. So yeah, that's all done. So apart from dropping some stuff off at a friend's later, in a socially distanced and responsible way, I'm done. feeling quite sleepy, got up early to go to the supermarket, so there will be napping today. There will be napping ahead. And prep for tomorrow. Now I know in a lot of places, in a lot of countries and in a lot of cultures, Christmas Eve is the big day, and this is when you have the celebratory meal and gifts and so forth. In the UK it's Christmas Day, it's the 25th, so the prep I'm doing today is for tomorrow's roast lunch, just so I don't have to spend tomorrow morning peeling vegetables and prepping stuff. So that's the plan for this afternoon. And just really kind of padding about, pottering. Now, this is, in theory, a work day, in normal years, a work day. Now, I haven't had to ever conduct a funeral on Christmas Eve. I think most people would probably rather not. And this year I've said that I'm not working today. This is the start of my annual leave, which means I must record the message on my answer phone. I will do that in a moment. But yeah, it is a working day, but it's never been a kind of normal working day, because if you're in retail, super busy, and if you're in an office, super silly. So I don't know if I've shown this photograph on previous Vlogmases, but this was taken early 90s, so kind of coming up for 30 years ago, which is slightly scary. And this was how I went to work one Christmas Eve. I would like to draw your attention to two things. Firstly, wasn't my hair fabulous? The shine on it, my goodness, was gorgeous. And also the trainers, because whatever you're doing in life, comfortable feet are important. Yes, that tutu has been used many times, and I think that Christmas I also turned up at my mother's Christmas Day. I'd added a wand by this point, and I was prancing around the bottom of her garden, being a fairy at the bottom of the garden for her. Which she was rather taken by, actually. But my mum was big on anything Christmas, so it didn't matter how silly you got, really. So yes, that's how I've gone to work. And I remember one time when I worked in finance, I was dressed in the tutu. I had other regular clothes with me, and I had to write a report on a client, and it was not a happy report. The business was struggling. We were having to rethink how we were financing it because our risk was getting too great, la 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 la. And I had to take my tutu off. I said, I can't write this report about this company dressed as a fairy. Can't do it. Just didn't feel I would bring the right gravitas to the report. Oh, excuse me. But it's usually been good fun when I've worked in offices on Christmas Eve, because most places I've worked, there's been a sense of when all the core key stuff is done, we can all go home. So everyone kind of mucks in, gets everything done, and there's a real kind of fun buzz about it. But this is my office, and it's where all my toys are and all my yarn is, so this is the best office I've ever worked in. Slightly distracting sometimes, but the best office I've ever worked in. With no disrespect to the people I've worked with, because they're all fab, mostly. So yes, that is kind of it for today. Yesterday, finished up the work that I was doing, and had a lovely Zoom call with my friends. Hello, lovelies. Much laughter, much silliness, as we would expect. So that was good fun. And knit night didn't happen in the end. There were only very few of us, and I think most were kind of running around doing bits of prep stuff or just needing to. So we didn't do knit night last night, but we will do it next week in that kind of lost time between Christmas and New Year. So that's it for this morning. I will record bits throughout the day, such as they are. It ain't going to be that exciting, but whatever it is, it will be. And then, yes, the greatest hits compilation will just be all of the songs. And today's one, today has been an interesting day because groceries first thing, burnt breakfast when I got home, and then couldn't find the lyrics that I'd written for Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, which I was looking at yesterday. What I've done with the piece of paper, goodness only knows, so I've just had to rewrite them this morning. Not the cheeriest, but actually it's not the cheeriest Christmas song, and quite often the most moving Christmas songs are quite poignant. And that last verse, through the year we all will be together if the fates allow, until then we'll have to muddle through somehow. If you watch Meet Me in St. Louis, which if you're in the UK, it's on TV today, those are the original lyrics, that is the original verse. So there is that kind of poignancy to it. But I will be more cheerful now. Yay, jolly. I should have been more cheerful already. There we go. And of course not everyone celebrates Christmas. So whatever you're celebrating, even if you're not celebrating anything, but you're just having a day off tomorrow, enjoy it. So I will see you again later. I could do with a bell on this, couldn't I? I could jingle as I walked. So huge thank you to everyone for all your comments, support, hugs and love. It is much appreciated. And I will see you all later. Take care.